What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, well, I've shown you half of the FAQ for BT4 Great Legend. That's kind of rude, right? Need to show you the other half. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. I don't like doing like 40-minute videos. They're not as popular. People don't like them as much. A lot of the feedback I've gained is that 40-minute videos kind of get a bit long. So with videos like this that will be going on a bit, I do like to pop them into 2 parts. That way you can watch them at your leisure without all of the stress of super long videos. And like I say, feedback I've gained up till now has been that these kind of videos, 15-20 minutes is fine. When you're hitting kind of 40 minutes, it's getting a bit silly. So, starting off then, we've gotten as far as black. Let's have a chat about Sunarizamon, which I'm probably pronouncing terribly. What we've got here is a level 3 Digimon with an inheritable skill that when this card is trashed due to activating Digiburst, you return it to your hand. When does it get added to your hand? After you resolve the Digiburst ability. We saw that from a few in the previous video. Golemon is a level 3 with a skill whereby on everyone's turn, all your black Digimon gain an extra 1000 power. Does it work on Golemon as well? Yes, it does, because it does not say all of your other black Digimon, it says all of your black Digimon. Tankdramon is one of my 2 favourite cards in the entire set. I'm in love with Tankdramon. By the way, when I do those videos where I go, I love this is my favourite card, etc., that ain't me clickbaiting you. There are 2 cards, it's Nidogmon and this, and Darkdramon with this. They are the cards from this set I adore. So when I'm telling you that I'm super excited by Tankdramon, that's not me trying to find like a funny little intro or title or any of that rubbish. This is me saying, no, I genuinely love Tankdramon. So on your turn, when one of your other Digimon with D-Brigade is deleted, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck, and you may play a Commandramon without paying the cost. So, when I have 2 of this Digimon and both are destroyed at the same time, do they both activate? Yes, they do. However, it would be one at a time. Because essentially, it's one of your D-Brigade being deleted that activates it. When one's deleted, both the Tankdramon activate. But do remember, it's one at a time, so you cannot just reveal the top 4 cards looking for 2. It's reveal 2 looking for Commandramon, reveal 2 looking for Commandramon. Gogemon here. We've got a skill with Digiburst 1 that just gives one of your Digimon an extra 2000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. So you could give it to a blocker, for instance, to increase the power. Can I use it on itself? Yeah, once again, it says Digimon, not other Digimon. Blastmon, this one makes me sad. It's got security attack +1, but when you attack, your opponent may choose one of their unsuspended Digimon and force you to attack them. What does it mean? It means regardless of who you choose as a target, your opponent can change the target of the attack. Basically, it turns any of their Digimon into a blocker, which is really annoying. Do I need to declare the target of attack when you attack? Well, yes, obviously you do. Sorry. The theory there would be that if you didn't have to say it straight away, your opponent would be able to decide whether to block before you said what you were doing, and there would be mind games. And can I attack my opponent's Digimon if it's active? No. Why would you be able to? You only attack your opponent's Digimon inactive when your opponent chooses to change the target to an active. I.e., yes, you can attack an active Digimon if your opponent chooses to essentially block with an unsuspended Digimon. But you can't just attack unsuspended Digimon. That's not what the skill says. I would like the card a lot more then. Oh man, Blastmon has so much potential, and it's so terrible. I don't remember any Digimon card that makes me as angry as Blastmon does. Boo! Moving over into purple, we've got Ghostmon here, which is that one, it can be trashed with Digiburst, and it goes to your hand after the skill activates. We've seen it before. Soundbirdmon comes along with a nice little skill. When you're attacking, you may trash an option card from your hand to gain a memory. Can I discard 2 option cards to gain 2 memory? No, because that's not what the skill says. It's not trash as many option cards as you like and gain 1 for each trashed. It is you may trash 1 to gain 1. Neodevamon here. On your opponent's turn, if your opponent plays a Tamer, you gain 3 memory. And it's got an inheritable skill that when one of your opponent's Tamers becomes suspended, you gain a memory. Great little counter for Tamers. Well, when my opponent puts multiple Tamers to rest, do I get +1 memory for each Tamer put to rest? No. Even if multiple Tamers are put to rest at the same time, as there is only one effect timing when Tamers are put to rest, you only gain 1 memory. That is specifically looking at, for instance, Shine Greymon, which will rest multiple Tamers at once. Presumably, and this is not written in the FAQ, but based on other rulings, it would seem like if your opponent put multiple Tamers to rest at different times, because it's not limited to once during your turn, you would be able to gain 1 memory every time. But if they're all put to rest simultaneously, as we've seen before, it is only 1 effect coming in. Chaosmon Werewolf mode, it's got haste, so you can attack on the turn it's played. And when you play, you may delete one of your Chaosmon to gain 9 memory, essentially playing it for free. Can I destroy this card itself? No. Also, this isn't Chaosmon, it's Chaosmon Werewolf mode, they're not the same. Can I destroy another Chaosmon Werewolf mode? Well, no, because Chaosmon and Chaosmon Werewolf mode are not the same. Now, Anubismon's a really fun level 6. When you Digivolve, you may play a level 3 from your trash without paying its cost. And on your turn, whenever any of your Digimon are played from your trash, they all gain Rush or Haste, which is to say they can attack the turn they're played. Does the Digimon played by this card's evolving effect also get it? Yes, because when you play it is right as you evolve, which means Anubismon is in play and the skill is active. If the Digimon played from the trash by this card's effect evolve, do they still get haste? Yes, and we've seen this in a bunch of rulings in the past. When you Digivolve, any effects like this will persist. Done Devamon here. On your opponent's turn, limited to once during your turn. When your security stack is reduced, you trash one of your opponent's security cards, which seems pretty good. And when deleted, your opponent trashes 2 cards from their hand. We actually get a little bit of hand disruption here, which is not something we see in this game very much. Do the cards discarded by the skill which trashes security activate security effects? No, we're not performing a security check. We are just trashing a security. Does the player discarding the cards from their hand choose which ones to discard? Yes, it is their choice. They are doing the discarding. When I have this Digimon in my battle area and my opponent checks Holy Wave and I gain a security, although the number of security I end up with is the same, does this card's effect activate? Yes, it does. As your security was reduced, it activates. I.e., my opponent reduces my security. The security is Holy Wave, which puts the security directly back. But it doesn't matter. My security was still reduced and it activates. So I don't end up with any fewer security. But my opponent actually does, which is awesome. When I have 2 of this Digimon in my battle area, my opponent's Digimon performs a security check, reduces my security. Do both of these activate and hence discard 2 security cards from my opponent? Yes. They are both triggered at the same time in the same way, so you would get to reduce their security by 2. When my security is reduced by being discarded by effects like, for instance, Gallantmon, rather than just a security check, does this skill activate? And the answer is yes, because it's not when your opponent performs a security check, it is when your security is reduced. And that means that your opponent will end up losing one of their security cards, which is kind of hilarious. For you, not for them. Chaosmon, one of the lovely new level 7s from the set. It's got a skill whereby it gets piercing. When you take out a resting Digimon, suspended Digimon, you perform a security check. And also, you unsuspend when you Digivolve. And then you can attack an unsuspended Digimon, which is quite nice. Can I attack with this card's effect even if the memory is moved to 1 or more during my opponent's side? Yes, The turn can only be passed after the attack, or if you declared not to attack. This is a really big ruling, and I'm fairly sure this is being brought in as Blitz in the next set. And this is something we missed in the initial video because it was such a weird ruling, so this one's really big. When you Digivolve, you unsuspend, and then you can attack, even if the memory has gone over to your opponent, because you need to finish resolving the skill, and it can be against an unsuspended Digimon, which is nuts. Can this card attack when evolving from a Digimon that was played on the same turn? No, because we've still got a rule that says you cannot attack the turn you were played. For this card's evolving effect, if there are other effects that activate from evolving Digimon, can I attack before resolving those effects? No. Although you declare an attack from this card's effect first, the attack itself is only resolved after everything else. And when this Digimon attacks not by the effect of the when evolving effect, can I target my opponent's active or unsuspended Digimon? No. You can only target as unsuspended Digimon from the extra fancies when you unsuspend attack. Sorry. Chaosmon Valderarm here. When you Digivolve, you get to twice lower 7,000 from one of your opponent's Digimon, and when deleted, you gain free memory. Can I pick the same one of my opponent's Digimon twice to lower it by 14,000? Hell yeah. And with the evolving effect, after using it the first time, can I then do a bunch of stuff and then use it the second time? No, you must do both the minus 7,000 at the same time. Moving over into Tamers, we've got Yagami Taichi here. Yellow Tamer, if you've got 3 or fewer security cards, all your Digimon get an extra 1,000 power on your turn. And when an opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping its power to 0, you may suspend this Tamer to gain a memory. Well, if I've got 3 or less security, do my Digimon of any colour gain 1,000 power? Yes, because it says all of your Digimon. It does not say all of your yellow Digimon. Vegeta Yoshino, when you play, you return a Digi-Egg from your trash to the bottom of your Digi-Egg deck. And on your turn, when Digivolving one of your Digimon into a Digimon with Digiburst, you may suspend this Tamer to reduce the memory cost by 1. Can I only use this effect when evolving into a Digimon with Digiburst? As in one that happens when you Digivolve? No, it doesn't matter when the Digiburst can be done. The only important thing is that the card has a Digiburst skill written on it. Now, Yagami Hikari, there are many rulings, so let's try and get through these nice and quickly. Although I believe it's Kari Kamiya in English. On everyone's turns, when your security is reduced, you may suspend this Tamer to gain a memory. And then the same security we see in every Digimon Tamer ever. Well, when my opponent's Digimon performs a security check from attacking and I gain a memory, if this puts it to my side, i.e. my opponent had 0 memory and it goes to 1 on my side, if that Digimon still has security not checked, does the attack get stopped? No. Remember the rule. All effects of an attack must be resolved. Attacks must be fully resolved. So if this puts you to 1 memory, but there are extra security effects to be resolved, extra security checks to be made, they still get made. What happens with the whole Holy Wave thing? My opponent shows Holy Wave, so I get my security right back. I've still got the same number of security. Can I rest this to gain a memory? Same as before, your security was reduced, so yes, you can. If I've got this Tamer in my battle area, and I play Takaishi Takeru, and activate its when played effect to add a yellow card for my security to my hand, and then activate recovery +1, can I still gain a memory? And the answer is yes, and this is a really fun combo. Because you're reducing your own memory, but you're not really, because you're putting it right back. But because your security was reduced, you absolutely can. It is an all turns effect, not a your opponent's turn effect. This is a very fun combo. When my security is reduced by being discarded by things like Gallantmon, do I still get to do this? Yes, your security is reduced. It is when your security is reduced, not when there is a security check. And can I use this effect when I reduce security by my own card's effects? Well, yeah, we've already said that. We saw it with Takaishi a moment ago. So finishing off with option cards then, there are a few that we need to have a little bit of a look at. Brahmastra or Atomic Inferno gives one of your hybrid Digimon 3000 power and security attack +1. And if it's blocked, you gain free memory, all till the end of your turn. When my Digimon under the effect of this card attacks, do I get memory +3 as if the attack was blocked? No, they've got to actually block to get this. Does my Digimon moved from the raising area to the battle area on my next turn also get security attack +1? From this card's security effect, the security effect, I should add, says all of your Digimon get security attack +1 until the end of your turn. What if they were moved from the breeding area into the battle area next turn? Yes, because skills don't activate when you're in the breeding area. But it's not targeting individual Digimon, it is targeting all of your Digimon in play as a class. So as soon as this comes out, it totally works. Trident Revolver. This deletes one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 power or less, and then lets you play a Tamer card with a memory cost of 4 or less from your hand for free. Can I use this card when my opponent does not have any Digimon that are 6,000 power or less, just so that I can play a Tame with a cost of 4 or less without paying for it? Yes, you can. I don't know why you'd want to, because this is a 6-cost card. Then again, there might be things that let you play this card for free, which then let you play a Tamer for free, so I get it. So, okay, fine. We'll allow it. Dragged down underwater, or I'll drag you into the depths, or whatever. There's a whole bunch of rulings about this one. All of your Digimon gain on your turn. When attacking an opponent with no Digivolution cards, delete that Digimon for the turn. When my Digimon under the effect of this card attacks an opponent's Digimon without evolution sources, do those of my opponent's Digimon count as being destroyed by battle? No. They are destroyed by effects and not by battle. On my opponent's turn, my opponent uses this card and attacks my Digimon without evolution sources. Can I use my other Digimon's blocker to prevent the Digimon being destroyed? No. Because blocker stops you being attacked. You're not being attacked here. You're being destroyed by the effect before the blocking would ever be able to even come in. On my opponent's turn, my opponent uses this card, attacks my Digimon without evolution sources. Can I use my other Digimon's blocker to start a battle? Yes, you can. I.e., the Digimon targeted will still be destroyed, but you can still use a blocker. The skill is resolved, the Digimon's been destroyed, so that Digimon isn't going to battle in the normal way, but you can then, after the Digimon is destroyed, go, right, well, I'm still going to block because I can still destroy you. That's kind of fun. Bit weird, that one. Took me a minute to get my head around that. On your opponent's turn, my opponent uses this card and attacks my Digimon. I activate blocker of my other Digimon with no evolution sources. Does my Digimon that blocked get destroyed? No. The card is resolved. The effect is resolved before blocker is declared. So, by the time you get to the battle with a blocking Digimon, this effect is no longer working. There'll be no automatic being destroyed. My Digimon under the effect of this card attacks a Digimon without evolution sources that has higher power than my Digimon. Does my attacking Digimon get destroyed? No. Because the more powerful Digimon was destroyed by the effect before the battle ever happened. Got it. What if my Digimon has got Pierce, uses this card, and then destroys a Digimon? Does Pierce activate? No. You might have deleted the Digimon, but you deleted it using the effect. You didn't delete it in battle, and you have to delete it in battle to get this effect. What about Dimension Scissor? That puts you active when you destroy a Digimon in battle. Same ruling. You didn't destroy a Digimon in battle. You destroyed them with an effect. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not the same thing. So it doesn't work. And finally, I told you there were a bunch. My Digimon under this card's effect attacks my opponent's Digimon with 1 evolution source. Then my Digimon's other effects discard the evolution source. What happens? You only destroy if, when you attack, there are no Digivolution sources. When the attack is declared, that isn't the case. If there are multiple inheritable skills, you get to choose the order in which they activate, but this comes in before any inheritable skills. Sorry. Full Moon Blaster is a lovely card that returns an opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to their hand. And then if your opponent's got 5 or more cards in hand, you return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the bottom of its opponent's deck instead. Okay. Well, if my opponent's got 7 cards in hand, I use this card, and then that puts the card in my opponent's hand, so then they've got 8. So then do I get to put it on the bottom of their deck instead? No, because when you used it, they only had 7. Blinding Light, 0 cost card, trash the top card of your security, gain 2 memory, yay. Can I use this card when I have 0 security to get 2 memory? Yes. Yes, you can. And the reason is the way it's worded. Do remember that the cards from DigimonCard.dev are fan translations. The way it's worded in Japan is that discarding the top card of your security is not a requirement. So you can play this with no security to gain 2 memory, which is crazy good. Tactical Retreat is a 1 cost card that lets you place a Digimon face down on top of your security, trashing all Digivolution cards. Does the Digimon put into security by this card's effect activate its when destroyed effect? No, because it wasn't destroyed or deleted, so it doesn't get your deletion effect. Sorry. Whirlwind Turbine Kick, or Cyclonic Kick as it might be translated, 4 cost card that unsuspends one of your Digimon and suspends one of your opponents. If I don't have any Digimon, can I put one of my opponent's Digimon to rest? And if my opponent doesn't have any Digimon, or any unsuspended, can I still unsuspend one of my Digimon? Yes, you can use this to do both, or either. Final Zubagon Punch. One of your Digimon gets plus 3,000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then, if this Digimon's got 16,000 power or more, it gets blocker, reboot, and security attack plus 1 until the end of your opponent's next turn. If my Digimon becomes 16,000 power or more, does it then get blocker, reboot, and security attack plus 1? Yes. That's what the card says. Even if your original Digimon's power was not 16,000, the only thing that matters is it is 16,000 after you play this card. When my Digimon that gained blocker, reboot, and security attack plus 1 from this card's effect has its power reduced to 15,000 or less, do I lose blocker, reboot, and security attack plus 1? No. You play the card, then you check the power. If it's 16,000, then you gain blocker, reboot, and security attack plus 1, and they cannot be taken away until they're naturally lost at the end of your opponent's next turn. What if your power is 15,000 power or less when you play the card, but you then raise it to 16,000? Do you get blocker, reboot, and security attack plus 1? No. You just check when you play the card. Lovely. Dark Roar, 3 cost card. You destroy one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 3 or less. For every D Brigade Digimon you have, you increase the targetable cost by 1. What does it mean? Well, it means if you've got 2 D Brigade Digimon in play, you can delete a 5 cost Digimon. If you've got 4 D Brigade Digimon in play, you can target a 7 cost Digimon, etc., etc. Jack Raid. For every 10 cards in your trash, you gain 1 memory for 0 cost. If I've got 9 cards in trash and I play this, I will then have 10 cards in trash. Do I gain a memory? No. Like we've said a few times, you check when you play the card, and when you play the card, there are only 9 cards. You don't gain a memory. And finally, the secret rare Ancient Garurumon. When you attack once during your turn, you unsuspend 2 of your Digimon with names that contain Garurumon or that are hybrid. Can you target yourself? Yes, you can, because your name contains Garurumon. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of a longer video. You can probably see why I split it into two here, though I am personally very sad that the split was not as even as I wanted it to be. Boo, hiss, etc. So there we go. All of the rulings, everything you need to know, and you know the deal. Tell me the rulings you like, tell me the ones you don't like, ask any questions in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy. That's where we talk Digimon and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, should ya? Would ya? I don't know. Just look after yourselves. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.